everybody. It's great to be here. We got education, smeducation coming at you. Morning DJ voice. We got some stuff. We got some hot licks coming up for you. It's 2 for Tuesday. We're gonna play Van Halen's Jump, Van Halen's Panama. It's 2 for Tuesday. We're having a nice time. It's great to be here. I'm very excited to be doing another episode for you guys. Before we start, there's some things that I would like to say that we have not mentioned on other episodes because I am not only forgetful, I'm also a bad business person. Number one, if you're enjoying the podcast, which I really hope you are, please rate, review, and subscribe. The other thing I would like you to do is tweet about it or Instagram about it or tell people about it. I see the numbers. We're doing fantastic. I know people are out there listening. Tell people. Share it. Don't keep this to yourself like it's under a bushel. Tell people. You're going to have a nice time. Tell people. Then you guys can talk about, hey, did you hear that story about that hamster thing? And you're going to have a nice time. That's number one. Number two, this is going to be the 18th episode of Education Smeducation. On this feed, before Education Smeducation, is another podcast I did called Buddy of the Groom, where I interview people to be my groomsmen. Go ahead, enjoy that. It's a different show on the same feed. It's confusing, but is it? No, it's not. You're smart. You understand how the numbers restart. You get it. You found your way through the labyrinth of the internet past Joe Rogan and Conan O'Brien and whatever Dax Shepard's doing, all the way to me. And so you understand that it goes up to 65 and then it starts over. Two different shows. Enjoy them both. Thank you so much. Also, May 11th, Best Night Ever is back at the Lincoln Lodge. There will be a link to buy tickets in the description of this show. We're capping it at about 30, I think. I think 30 is the cap. So get those now. Tickets are already moving fast, so get on that, please. Awesome. That's in Chicago, Illinois, where most of our listeners are. They not only do they tell you how many people are listening, they tell you where. And I do appreciate that from the good people at Libsyn. Speaking of Libsyn, Ken Hamlett's with me. How's it going, Kenny?
I don't work for Libsyn at all, y'all.
Libsyn's Ken Hamlett. Ken Libsyn Hamlett.
Yeah, I can see how you can get it confused. That's fine.
All I know is that I talk into this and it ends up on Libsyn. The guest doesn't know where it goes. I don't know where it goes. You're the only other person here. Libsyn, baby.
Magic. Oh, is that a quarter? Huh?
Also, either this has either happened or it hasn't happened. I haven't even told Ken about this, but we will be doing a special crossover episode with the Oldest Bones in Town podcast about the QAnon documentary. We'll talk to Tom and Rachel. Tom Sibley, who's a good pal and a great man. We'll talk to Tom and his lovely wife Rachel. I'll probably shoehorn a little bit of nonsense about this, but then we'll talk about the QAnon documentary. Haven't even scheduled it. Ken's hearing about this for the first time. We'll get that up. So if you're listening to this either before that or after that, welcome. Thank you so much. We're going to talk about school. Awesome. Ken, how have you been since the last time?
All the plugs up top.
Matt, shut up.
You haven't been introed yet, Matt.
You haven't been introduced yet. We do a professional show. This is the first time I've ever done this on the show. This is the first time I've ever done this. But Matt, welcome to detention, buddy.
Well, hello. Glad to be here.
Can that be a segment? Can we do that anytime somebody says something dumb? Can we say welcome to detention? Like, is that I think this should be
Is that a segment or a catchphrase, Ken?
I think it's a catchphrase. I think it's a little bit of both. I think a little bit of both. We'll test them out. We'll test the waters.
But I should also tell everyone it's the first nice day in Chicago. It was like 75 today. And I went to a patio to watch some soccer, and now we're doing the show. Ken's not wearing sleeves. He's got a purple tank top on. And boy, oh boy, if I was his wife, I would be saying, hey, Ken, let's cover up those guns.
Cover up that body hair. All right.
We don't need piece of ass.
We don't need a sweater in the summer. All right.
Matt Banwart's here. Hey, Matt, what's up, buddy?
Oh, hey, I'm glad to be here. I just showed up, just walked into detention. I just want to clarify a teacher if I'm in detention. A bushel is a metric of measurement and not a physical thing. You said something about bushels earlier.
On the contrary, a bushel, you're right. A bushel is 35.2 liters. That's very cool.
Yeah, it is.
But
Yeah,
also,
it is.
I told you he's a small town Iowa guy. I told you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. You gonna talk about acres next? Talk about a baker's dozen versus a farmer's dozen. What do you want to do? Okay, we're using my math now. Okay.
what is, first off, if you Google bushel, the third definition is a container with the capacity of a bushel. So we're both right. Number two.
No.
It is.
A mile
There's
is
no way
that's
that's the
like a
definition.
mile. It could be like a stretch of land the size of a mile. That doesn't mean I can throw a mile on you. Okay.
A container with the capacity of a bushel. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Nothing's ever been wrong on the internet. Just ask my friends who follow QAnon. Okay.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. You're right. When you're right, you're right. Growing up, we had to look up a bushel per. Well, I mean, I never had. Well, I did a few times with my grandfather. He would look up bushel per acre value.
Whoa. Okay. BPA.
DPA, baby.
Just kidding.
Anyway, farm stuff.
Did you? First off, did you grow up on a farm?
I didn't grow up on a farm, but both of my parents grew up farmers, so I very much had farm ties. I grew up in a small town. It was funny growing up. They would tell me, they'd be like, "Ooh, there's city kids and country kids," but I was like, "Whoa, I'm a city kid in a town of 2,000." Okay, like I'm not really a city kid. I just live next to like the gas station and the one movie theater in the county. Okay, like,
What's the name of the
Mount Vernon, Iowa was the town that I went to high school in. But yeah, they'd be like, "You're a city kid," and I'd be like, "Well, not really."
That's amazing that they would say, you're a city kid. And it's like, no, I just can go get Skittles. That's all that means.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Things within walking distance.
Yeah, that's nuts. What's that like growing up in a town that small?
I don't know. There's smaller towns out there. Like I had I always think I live in a small town, but like I'd meet friends. Like the farther western Iowa go, usually like the more desolate it gets. And so I grew up in eastern Iowa, but like in western Iowa, like I had friends where it's like the graduating class size was like 12, and so mine was like 80. But like classes of 12, like it's nuts, dude. Like I learned that like some schools do like joint proms, or they would like 7th and 8th graders could go to their prom just so like
What?
there was bodies in the room.
Whoa, that's really weird.
Yeah, I don't think that should be
very
okay.
uncomfortable.
That's not what prom's for, man.
I feel like there's
And,
a lot
like-
of court cases after prom.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, what's crazy is like I remember like talking to one of my friends in college, and he'd be like, yeah, we're gonna like graduate class as 12. We'd have to do all this stuff just so we could like they'd like merge with other schools. Like it'd be like 2 counties would come together.
Yeah.
Their one prom, and they were like sworn enemies too, so it was like uncomfortable, you know.
It's weird.
Like they hated them in sports, but then it was like, well, okay, I'll dance with your ladies, you know. I'm just probably why they hated them in sports.
That's
But
I grew up right outside Detroit, and but I went to all boys Catholic high school, which is like,
okay, brag.
Exactly, right? Which is like taking a big group of people and making them a small group of people. So we had it for the dances was all the girls' schools coming to us, and boy,
Nice.
right? Ladywood. But our
the worst
battle,
name ever.
it's crazy. R.I.P. Ladywood, not there anymore.
So did you never have to ask out like a date? Did you just like you never had to like go through like asking someone homecoming or prom? You never had to go through that?
We had a very different version of that. You definitely had to have a date. But that was something where you would just get set up with people, almost like an arranged prom date.
Very progressive, very cool.
The opposite. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Now I think it's even cooler.
Yeah.
Reverse psychology. You got me fooled.
Yeah. Like I broke up with my high school girlfriend like at the beginning of senior year. So I went to senior homecoming with a girl I'd met like once before.
Holy crap.
Isn't that weird? It was
That's
just
weird.
like, hey, yeah, Michelle and Mike just go together. And it's like, all right.
No, make it work.
It's like when you line up at like the beginning of the school year and they get like the counselors grouped by last names. You're just like, all right, we're gonna put these people together.
Exactly.
Go to prom.
Dude. Asking girls to homecoming was like terrifying. Like I only did it my senior year, my end of my junior year and my senior year, because like it was like I was just went with like the boys group, or like whatever, because it was well, like if you had a girlfriend, because I hated it. The guys that had girlfriends, or the guys that like had girls that were like clearly seen, like they would. I graduated high school in 2015, like deep within the social media era. So like you had to do something extravagant and huge. Like have you seen that online where it's like you have to do it? Yeah, you have to have a sign, or you have to have like balloons or something. And like I had so much pressure where it's like, oh, I gotta go balls to the walls. Plus, there is like a solid like 40 to 50% chance this girl's gonna say no. Like
there might be a better sign out there. There could be a better sign. Someone who lives closer to the Kinkos,
right,
towns over, might ask me.
Oh like
Imagine
everyone
you have like a sign and then somebody else gets like doves to fly their sign in over your sign.
So like guys would do shit like that. Like guys would go so hard, and then you'd be like, and then every girl in the school would be like on social media, like, wow, look what Chad did. And you'd be like, oh, now I have to put an effort and money into this just to get rejected.
The other angle of that is like, it's way higher stakes in a town of that few people. There's a good chance that those people are going to get married.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, but also everyone will know. Like when someone got rejected, like everyone, because then they'd be like moping back from third hour class with their fucking trifold behind them with like Snickers taped to it, being like, oh yeah, okay, ooh, Emma sure thought this was gonna be good. Fuck me, her favorite food's a Reese's and not Snickers. I guess I'm so stupid. And then you're walking. It's just like, it's pathetic. It was pathetic. You'd be dwindling around with sad balloons, just sitting in the lot. Dude, so bad. It was so bad.
That sounds miserable.
Oh my gosh.
I would ask girls on a little something called AOL Instant Messenger, Matt.
That's if they say no, it's like no one heard anything.
Yeah. No one needed to know. That
I'm jealous of the time where you would like meet them in the hallway and be like, hey, you want to go to homecoming with me? And they were like, no. And you'd be like, okay, cool.
Sounds great.
Cool. This body paint, no body paint involved.
Yeah. Well, me and Ken went to high school in the late 1950s. So it was a very different time.
Hey, Toots, would you like to go on a ride through my automobile? We'll take a spin around the corner, scoop the loop, get some ice cream and some spritzers afterwards. Maybe we'll have 3 kids and go to the prom, hey?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe there'll be a second.
You're legally not allowed to say no to me.
Ooh, I'm smoking a cigar and drinking beer because I can in the 1950s. I'm cheap in cigarettes, babe. I've got lung cancer already. Let's do this. My time is limited. That's cool, man. I'm jealous. That's a nicer time.
It's that stuff never was cool, and it's never easy to ask someone to do something that dumb. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, prom's dumb. It's a reason to take pictures.
It is.
It's a weird amount of money to make kids spend because you have to rent a tuxedo, which is
it is a lot of money, strangely.
Yeah. Dude, I got my tux, like my tux jacket airbrushed.
Why? What did it say? What was the airbrushing?
It was like my name. I still have it to this day. It was like my band like tux. So I already owned the tux. It was like my tux. And I got it airbrushed to have like my name on the back or something. I don't even.
Kendale.
Ken or Kendale?
I'm pretty sure it was Kendall. I didn't go by Ken until I was like,
okay.
Yeah.
Dude,
I just said the big ham.
well, dude, big ham.
Ham sandwich, a big juicy looking ham sandwich with like the layer, and it's got the toothpick with the olive. That's what I would have went with.
Oh man,
Dude,
Let's have you take your wife to second prom. We'll set it up. Here's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Once we move into our new place, you're gonna take Ken. You're gonna find this tux. We're gonna re-airbrush it.
Mm-hmm.
This is all crowdsourced, by the way. I'm not paying for it.
The GoFundMe is in the links.
It's in the description. We're gonna get it re-airbrushed. We're gonna get a nice dress for your wife. We're gonna get a babysitter for your son, which is probably just gonna be Matt.
I'll do it for free.
You're gonna want to.
I also used to DJ high school dances, so I could either babysit or DJ. You decide where you want me.
That's a delicious.
They saved a lot of money on DJs with me.
That's a delicious nugget that we're gonna jump into in a little bit. That's a hot.
We'll get there.
Hot tamale. And we're gonna have you. We're gonna send you guys to a nice dinner. Nothing too filling. You're gonna go to like something where you can get the dish to pass, something like that. Every fancy restaurant in Chicago now does small plates. We're gonna send you a small plates place.
Okay.
You're gonna do that, and then you come to our me and Mal's new apartment.
Mm-hmm.
The top floor, minus the bedrooms.
No bedroom action.
No bedroom action is set up like a dance floor. We're gonna move all the furniture. You get to have the prom of your dreams up there, man. And this is crazy because didn't you go to prom with your current wife?
I went to her prom. I did not go to my prom with her.
Whoa. Why not?
Because I'm a year older than her. So we didn't start dating until I graduated. So I went to prom. The thing was, I got turned down to prom with a girl that I was like dating because she was going with somebody else. And that was the moment I found out we weren't dating. Like,
whoa. Oh my
God.
Like Ken Cuckdale. Jesus Christ.
Oh man, Ken's got no game. That's
horrible. What?
Ken was that was pre-muscles Ken.
Pre-muscles. And what are we, post-muscles Ken now too? When was there ever muscles Ken?
Right now, look at him.
About 19 to 23. 19 to 23, they were muscles.
So walk me through, and Matt will eventually ask about you,
Don't worry, man.
Rants where
I'm just a guest.
Yeah. We'll talk about slaughtering pigs soon enough, Iowa.
Yeah, stories.
By the way, I've been to Iowa a bunch of times. I've never had a bad time in Iowa. Iowa gets down. I love Iowa. I opened up for Screech in Sioux City at a Hard Rock casino.
Hard Rock Cafe. Yeah, I know that venue.
R.I.P. Screech, my boy. Was a real prick to me, but neither here nor there.
I'll edit that out.
Okay, yeah, okay. If that's what gets me canceled, me being like, yeah, Screech was weird to me. Cancel away. I was great. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're talking about Ken's dream prom, I think.
Yeah, no. Okay, so that's been thrown. What did you ask her? Why did you think you guys were dating? And what does she say when you go, hey, how about we go to Olive Garden and then cut a rug, sweetie?
Yeah. How'd you learn
because
that?
I said that exact line and she was like, no.
Oh, no.
You gotta go to Maggiano's.
No, I didn't even like do a whole thing. I was just like, yo, like I'm like, we're text era babies. So I was just like, how about let's go to prom together? And then she was like, I'm actually going with my friend who was like not out of the closet yet. And so yeah, so it was like that type of thing. But then I was just like, also like, I thought we were dating. So I just kind of felt like we should go together.
Yeah.
And then that was when I found out like we weren't dating. Like
why did you think you guys were dating?
Because we were like going on dates, like actively. Yeah. Like I met her family, all that shit.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. The young Ken had no game, zero awareness. Also,
Same. That's why we're all comedians. We get it.
Yeah. So I had a very similar. I asked this because I had a very similar situation for my.
Same, actually.
Oh no!
I really did.
Did we all get cooked up prom?
Nice.
Prom cook podcast.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So this is perfect because by the time this episode drops, will be
prom season.
Towards the end of April. It will be prom season. I'm sure there's virtual proms happening where even more of this tomfoolery is going on.
Can you imagine getting cucked at a virtual prom?
No, that's the worst thing I can imagine. Like, it already sucks. It already sucks that you can't touch a girl's hips in real life. But then on top of it, she wants another fella to touch her hips.
Oh, man.
Worst thing I've heard.
Oh, my gosh.
So there was, again, all boys Catholic school. My buddy Ronnie, who is a very delightful man. I believe he's a lawyer in Los Angeles now. He had a girlfriend from his hometown of Pinckney, where former guest Trevor Smith is from. She went to Pinckney High, and they dated like 3 of the 4 years of high school. And I just go, man, I don't have a date. I had just like gotten not dumped, but like denied by this girl I ended up dating later. Haley Kennedy, shout out Haley Kennedy.
Haley.
And I've mentioned her a couple of times on the show.
She's a Kennedy.
One of the best. I believe it's McKinney now. Who cares? Anyway. So I'm like, hey, Ronnie, does your girlfriend have any friends who I might be able to take to prom? That's a way you find people to go with. And so enter this other girl whose name maybe Sarah. I don't remember. Probably for the best. We hang out a couple times. We saw Forgetting Sarah Marshall in the theaters together.
Perfect.
Oh, so you loved her.
I loved her. I would call her up at night and go, yes, I'm not then, and hang up. I was great.
Okay now.
No, but like we went out twice, we kissed, things like this.
Oh, you dirty dog. Okay. We've heard enough.
We go to prom. I think we're having a nice time. We start dancing. She fakes an injury, which is amazing to me. What a move.
What?
Yeah, fakes an injury. She's just like, my leg. Ugh, my leg. And then she just goes, my horse is sick. My horse is, and she did have horses, but she goes, my horse is sick. I need to get a ride from here.
Oh my.
And I was like, oh man. And I was like, I thought we would hang out. She's like, I can't. My boyfriend just called. Like, boyfriend.
Oh no.
Boyfriend. And so she leaves the after party in a fit as I go get drunk. And then I ended up, happy I knew the story, there was my buddy Nick Crowley, whose house we were at. His sister was in college. One of his sister's friends was also in college there. Ended up making it with a college gal. So
hell yeah.
All's well that. That is one of the big like I can't believe this happened like moments of my high school.
The comeback story of a lifetime with Mike.
Oh my God. Like, Doug Flutie
got it in a mouth.
Like crazy.
While Sarah was doing nothing with her dumb boyfriend, Mike O'Keefe was getting with the college girl, baby.
Yeah.
From big old State U.
She's making glue. I'm making whoopee.
You're also making some glue, huh?
Anyway, yeah, so that's like my big only took episode 18 for me to bring up that real just like this such an odd situation. She also, this Sarah girl also like smoked cigarettes, and I was like, at the time I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I would go home with my clothes smelling really crappy after hanging out with her. My mom would be like, did you go to a bar? No, I went I saw Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Like my mom's great at not believing anything I say. I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're at a bar, weren't you? You're at the Elbow Room where your band plays. And I was like,
I was so trustworthy in high school. I should have lied to my parents more often.
why didn't you lie, Matt? Why are you telling the truth so much? That seems.
I was a pussy, dude. I was like a good boy. I got into like a lot of trouble, but I never would lie to people. I'd be like Matt, did you do this thing? And I'd be like, yeah, I sure did. I literally just never. I'm not good at lying. Like I just don't like I'll just tell anyone anything. I'll be like, oh yeah, I did that. They'd be like, why would you do that? I'd be like, I fucking did. Like I don't know.
Oh, I'm a terrible person. That's why you don't know that about me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm not good.
What's your prom story where you get
Cucked?
Oh, well, like mine's not nearly as exciting. I mean, my junior prom, I asked a girl and she didn't talk to me the whole time. And then she left at the dance and just immediately started dancing with like other men. We literally didn't even dance once. And then my senior prom, like me and this girl, like we were like talking quite a bit, and we had a long Snapchat streak or whatever that means. I don't know if that means anything, honestly. I still don't. I don't. Whatever. And whatnot. And so we go, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, Matt and her, they're a thing, huh?" And I was like, "I don't know, maybe." And then she went to a different school that was like literally a mile down the street, which is crazy because both schools were so small. If they just joined together, we would have like a reasonable sized school with like sufficient resources. I don't know why.
It'd be crazy.
I don't know why it never happened, but we hated them. But guys from my high school would always date girls from that high school, and it was always that way. It was never the other way around for some weird reason. And so I took her to my prom, and it was like, so in exchange, she was going to take me to her prom, and then she just went with another guy to her prom. And I was like, oh, cool, never mind. Damn. I didn't want to go to yours. This means nothing.
What a bummer. What was, when you were in school, what was like the most extravagant promposal, which is like a term that didn't exist when I was in school. What was the biggest thing that happened?
Well, hey, I just remembered one other detail to that story that I think is silly is so me and that girl going to the same college. Oh. And yeah, and I remember she took the other to prom and I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And I just like never texted her. And then before college, she sent me this giant like 3-paragraph long like message where it was like, Matt, I love you. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, maybe we can meet up in college and talk about this sometime, see what happens, because I got a summer job and I was like, yeah, when I get back to college, we'll talk about this. And then we never met up in college. We never met up in college. I love that. I just remembered that. I was like, dude, she told me that she loved me. She put her feelings out there. And we never, like, she never was like, hey, what did you do in college? It never happened. It never.
That's amazing.
I was like, I'm good. I'm doing fine.
So tight. Oh man, I love, like, I remember the summer before college just being like pretending like I was going off to war in a weird way. It's like I need to tell everyone how I feel about them. And then I went to college an hour away. Nothing.
Dude, you're talking about, that's not. No, I had a summer job in West Virginia. So 2 days after I graduated college, high school in Iowa, I went and I was at Camp Countdown, West Virginia. I just left, and I've never gone back to my hometown since. Like literally, my parents left.
Really?
And I've gone back only like briefly in time.
What kind of camp was it in West Virginia?
It was a Boy Scout camp because it was really cool.
Oh yeah, because you were an Eagle Scouts. You're whittling. You're tying knots. You're
I was. Well, it was like the national. It was like it was like the Boy Scouts have like 4 major camps. And this one's like high adventure. So we did like BMX biking, mountain biking, zip lining, we had the world's like largest rock climbing wall was there. The world's 2nd largest skate park. The Boy Scouts own it, and it's in the mountains of West Virginia, and it's just massive and wildly underutilized. Wow. Anyways, this camp. It was like
is that where Woodward is?
No, I don't know a lot about the area. But okay, it's called the Summit.
Woodward, it was like a huge skate park that like where young guys would go like during the summer to try and get sponsored. Like we have like John Torres, comedian John Torres, friend of the show. He went to Woodward to like try and get a sponsor for like aggressive inline skating, like doing tricks and stuff. And there was
That's
like a
so
Woodward
cool.
level on they tried to make a BMX version of Tony Hawk Pro Skater called Matt Hoffman Pro BMX. And there's like a Woodward level. But that's crazy that you never have been back to your hometown. I can't stop going back to Ann Arbor. I can't.
I've gone back I'll go back for like a few hours. Like I haven't spent more than probably 3 hours there since graduating high school. Like I'll drive through it every now and again, but yeah. Anyway, promposals.
Yeah.
No, I know mine. I know one of them was doomed to fail. It was this girl. She was like, oh, she also left me. I think most of my dates were. I really had zero. I still have no game. I had no game back then. It was my senior homecoming. They were like, hey Matt, Taylor, I'll use her name. Taylor, is way out of your league, but Taylor, no guy's gonna ask her out. All the cool kids had talked. They're like, Matt, so you freaking loser, you can take Taylor, and she just needs a date, and she already got the group lined up. She just needs someone, and I was just like, sure, let's do it. And so we were in cross country together, and I had three guys. One did H on their stomach and paint. We went up to the art room. One did H on their stomach, the other did C, and the other had a question mark. And I'm like, okay, the three of you guys lined up in this order. We're gonna go downstairs. We're gonna find Taylor. And I get downstairs, and like she's down the stairs. Like all the girls in the cross country team are there, and it's me and these three guys. But I didn't even really know these guys that well. Like I knew them because we were in a small town. But like, yeah. Anyway, I was a loser and they weren't. And so I was like, hey Taylor, I have a question for you. After not talking to this girl ever. And she turns around and there's just like three skinny white dudes with HC question mark. And I'm like, homecoming? And she said yes. And then we never talked the whole night. And
awesome.
Even better, social media era. On Instagram, she posted like, had a great time at homecoming with my friends. And she cropped me out of every photo on Instagram. She posted 4 photos. And I'm like very deliberately cropped out of all of them.
That's amazing. Gosh. Good for her.
But to be fair,
honestly, that's the kind of psychopath behavior that really takes a lot of confidence. So honestly, good for Taylor.
Good for her.
Good for her.
I cannot tell you what she's up to now, but I remember just being like, I was like, Matt, do it. You're doing Taylor a big favor. Like she needs a date. Like she would be honored to like everyone was like hyping up. She's like, yeah, Matt, she's asked about you. And I was like, yeah, like I'll do it. Like I want this is shitty in hindsight, but I was even gonna ask another girl out, but then they're like, no, you really should ask Taylor. She's great. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll ask. She needs a date. She has a group of friends. I'll do it. And then she hated me. She had an awful time that night. And it was probably on me. I assume.
It's not your fault, Matt. It's not your fault at all, dude. She's working at Bogie Nights now. All right.
Yeah. Bogie Nights is a strip club in Iowa, in northwestern Iowa, the most rural part of the state.
Love it. She couldn't get in at Mason City, so she went Bogie Nights. Mason City. I did a show at Diamond Joe's Casino in Mason City, Iowa. Great town. Mike Brody, Mason City. Good man.
Oh, nice.
You mentioned you DJ'd some proms and some homecomings. What's that like? How awkward is that? What age were you when you did this? Why'd you do it? And can I book you for Ken's upcoming fantasy prom?
Yes to the last part. I would love to. My rates are $800 an hour.
Never mind.
No, I don't know. They never paid us.
They didn't pay you?
No, I don't think so. Maybe I think about like $50 maybe or something. Like
bullshit.
Like not even like whatever. And
you should send them. You should invoice them for like $500.
1 sec. Actually, I have the playlist on Spotify. I can pull up my senior year homecoming playlist on Spotify right now.
Please. Okay, we're gonna turn this into a game.
Homecoming 2015 is alive right now. I have it up right now. Literally, It's up.
Give us. Okay, so I graduated in 2008. Ken graduated in 09, Ken?
09. Yeah, 09.
Okay. Tell us the name of the song, and then me and Ken will guess the artist. Does that sound good? Or do you want to tell us the artist, or we'll guess the name of the song? What do you think, Ken?
I like name a song and artist.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, this one, do you want me to go easy and then progressively get harder?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Cupid Shuffle.
Okay. That's by the Cupid Shuffle gang.
Because you know the artist.
An artist didn't.
Artist,
That song was just.
Nobody knows artists.
That song just came into being.
Yeah.
It's not a real song.
Okay, it's like the artist name's Cupid. The artist name's Cupid. Cupid made the Cupid.
Did the real Cupid
yeah.
make that song, Matt?
Come on.
Dude, this
Baby
dude,
with
by the way,
wings and a diaper and a bow and arrow. He didn't make that song, Matt.
Doesn't even sound like he's wearing a diaper at all.
He doesn't even sound like he will. Down, down, do your bad, do your bad. To the left, got a diaper on. Shit my pants, and kick now, kick and kick now. Kick.
I want to put on the record,
Oh,
Cupid isn't like not just a one-hit wonder. He is like an actual rapper, and that's his only song is the Cupid Shuffle. And like, the one time I watched the show The Voice, he was on The Voice, and they were like, "What song is Cupid gonna audition with to redeem himself as a legitimate artist?" And he went on and he performed the Cupid Shuffle on The Voice.
Hilarious.
Wow.
And then they all turned around and like Usher, like one of the judges, like, "Yo, Cupid, what are you doing here on The Voice?" And he was like, "It's like singing the Cupid Shuffle. It's forever good." And they were like, "What is wrong with you?"
Just instructions.
That's I know. You listen to the Macarena and it was like, "Watch me."
Betty Crocker is not a rapper, you know. Just instructions. Ken, how many plays do you think the Cupid Shuffle has on Spotify? Real quick.
At least 750 million.
Wow. Okay, 43 million, but it was close.
Okay, I was close.
It's still a lot. Okay, what do you got next?
20. Turn Down for What?
Oh yeah, Lil Jon, the other guy.
Yes, and DJ Snake, Little John, DJ Snake, correct. Oh, I love that song. She Will Be Loved.
Lone
She
Star.
will be loved.
Oh, is that Maroon 5? Maroon 5?
Maroon 5, yeah, Maroon 5.
It was like we had no slow, dude. Me and the guy who put this together were like, we're just grinding all night. That is like the only slow dance song I can.
Hard
Non-stop.
beats all night.
Yeah, dude. Me and this guy, we were like, dude, nothing, dude. I remember we would make this. The guy, his name was also named Matt Hermson White. He would go, I'd pull up a song and I'd be like, dude, his line was always like, dude, that's gonna get girls so wet.
Oh,
Dude, like, dude, I remember that was
man.
by the way, he's a
fucking hate
nuclear
that.
engineer now. He's like a nuclear engineer, well respected in his field. I remember it'd be like Ray-Bans by B.O.B. Every time it'd be like, Ray-Bans, dude, wet. I'd be like, dude, stop.
I don't think we can play this game anymore, man. You're talking about
That ruined it.
We're done.
That
Yeah,
ruined
this
it.
game is over.
We were having a fun time talking about proms, and then this fucking crazy. No way.
But no, we were high schoolers in our own dance.
This game is done.
Man.
Okay, well,
I wouldn't say that about a song if it was swimming. That's crazy.
The song is titled Water Polo, and
I don't recognize, I don't like one of the songs is called Nasty Freestyle. I don't recognize that.
Oh, that's by Jim Nasty. Yeah, of course.
No, that's by T Wayne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not by Jim Nasty. Okay.
It might also be by Rack City's on the playlist. Rack City made the cut.
Tiger. Rack City, bitch.
Can't say that.
Yep.
Did you guys have to get the clean versions of songs?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, that's so funny to me. That's great.
What was that song?
Wait, dude, the year you graduated was the year I was working at the Boys and Girls Club, so I probably played all of the songs that you had at
Why are you playing Rack City at the Boys and Girls Club?
because I worked in the inner city, dude.
Honestly, if you hadn't played that, you would have gotten hit with a baseball and a sock.
Yeah.
In the eye socket, like it would have been.
Yeah, you would have gotten racked.
And everybody would have been like, Rack City.
We racked Ken.
Dude, I found the other song.
What did you make them call you at the Boys and Girls Club, Ken? Just Ken? Or?
Everybody at the Boys, all the kids call me Ken the Barbie.
Oh, that is
No.
what people call you when that's your name. That stinks.
Yeah. I at first I was like, no, not Ken the Barbie. And then I was just, that's why I didn't go by Ken my whole life. Because I was like, I'm not a fucking Barbie doll. And then I worked there. And then all these kids, Ken the Barbie. And I was like, I'll roll with it, guys.
Well, that's a situation where they're throwing something at you. And if you show any vulnerability or like if you show that you don't like it, they're just going to pile on a million times harder. You just got to be like, okay. Yeah, I'm sure, you know, if I don't go by a professional name, I'm sure I'm going to be Mr. O'Queef. I'm positive.
It's happening.
It's like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
Dude, why have I never thought of that?
Oh, because you're not 12. That's honestly why.
That's fair.
It's been there my entire. As soon as I hit 6th grade, it went from O'Keefe to O'Queef.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I got to be funny now. All right. It's like I better lean into it or lean out of it or something.
Oh man, Mr. O'Queef. Oh,
It's coming. That's why professional name. It's gonna be a whole different thing on there.
like,
I'm just gonna go by O'Queef and see. It's gonna say O'Queef on the schedule, and they're gonna be like, "We can't." There, you know.
they're like, and they're gonna be like, in classroom 315. Okay, Mike. Mike is in class.
Mr. Mike.
Oh man.
Mr. in the first name makes me very uncomfortable, by the way. It makes me I don't know why. I don't
Really?
like it at all. I don't like Mr. Like Mr. Matt, Mr. Mike. No thanks. Don't like it at all.
That's like a stripper name.
Right? Right?
You're gonna go in there and there's gonna be like lights flashing and like EDM music going.
The Revolutionary War, you guys. That's
to the right. Beat the South. Now kick. Plantation owners out.
Appomattox Courthouse. That's good. That's good stuff.
Anyway, no, dude. I would be I'd be like the failed cool teacher.
Okay.
Where I would try to make things like that, you know, like I would do that. Like I would like make like stupid song parodies for stuff, and the kids would hate me.
Man, I never encountered any of that. I wake up in a cold sweat thinking about song parodies about history. It seems like the worst thing you can do.
For sure.
It seems like the worst, like, hey, you guys like Weird Al, right? And they're like, we are 17.
Through trauma.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear song parodies. We don't. Also, you don't know what music we like. We like stuff from TikTok, which is just gurgling noises or whatever. I don't know.
That's my kind of music, man.
Yeah, just gurgling noises on TikTok.
Yeah, dude. Well, I grew up in Iowa where we didn't necessarily have music. Sometimes we just had sounds, you know?
Yeah. You didn't have
like this playlist. By the way, looking at this playlist, not a single country song on it, by the way.
Interesting.
It's all like Travis Porter and like Ty Dolla $ign and a lot of B.O.B. Like not a single country. I don't know. We weren't good Iowans.
Breaking the mold.
My school was almost 100% Caucasian, but everyone loved rap music.
Yeah.
It made me very uncomfortable then, makes me pretty uncomfortable now, to be honest with you. Because it just felt odd. It's like, oh, you guys really He was like, Akon, huh? And they're like, yeah, we love him. We love Akon. I was like,
I love Akon.
Akon's fantastic. But it's just like it's a football team with 60 white kids, and we're all listening to Akon together in the locker room. It's just weird.
Your walkout music is DMX.
Stop. Drop. We can't say any more of the words.
I think this, I'm gonna go public with this very private bit of information with my life. Okay.
The show's all about. This show's
That's all I wanted to do.
about vulnerability. It's about sharing. It's about community. It's about me fixing my hair a bunch in the window. What's up, Matt?
The same. Do you remember when the Akon and Lonely Island collab on SNL?
Which one was that?
They did the song "I Just Had Sex."
Oh yeah, that was my freshman year of college, and it was Wildfire.
Yeah. When, well, I remember when I lost my virginity. The next day, I woke up and I tweeted. I was like, "Man, Akon should do Akon and the Lonely Island should do a song together." Because I feel like I could really relate to it. Like I tweeted that, and I was like, I thought I was being like so cool. I was like, because I just had sex.
That's horrible.
Wasn't that bad? Wasn't that bad? I said it, and I was like, don't go and find that tweet because it is.
It's only good if you tag the person you had sex.
Yeah.
I don't think she's on Twitter. I don't think she's on Twitter.
At Taylor. I don't know what made me more comfortable about that story. The things that happened or the fact that you lost your virginity after Twitter was a thing?
Yeah, well, that's my life. That's my life.
We are just younger than us. That's not your fault, it's just it's weird. Like there's certain things where like I had I had my first in-person class as a student today, and I'm looking around and I'm like, wow, okay. This is it. This is being a little old. This is just what it is from here on out. Just gonna look at these people who are fine with taking the stairs, and that's great.
Big fan of the stairs. Sometimes I'll double
killing it on the stairs because they're 20 years old and they don't care. And that kid admitted that he woke up 5 minutes before the class started, and I couldn't do that. I gotta stretch. I gotta have some coffee. I can't just wake up five. I have to, there's certain things I have to do around the house before I leave. I've
gotta check the news.
Yeah.
How are my stocks doing? Is my investments doing well? I'm sure my 401k doesn't drop. I'm gonna be able to retire in 5 years.
There's house plants we have to. I would like to talk to my partner before we, leave for the day. Certain things you have to do. It's like, no. Starts at 11:20. I wake up 11:17 on time. Hair looking better than it's ever looked in your whole life.
That kid is a chain smoker. That kid.
It's
the way they're talking.
He is one of the guys from the Chainsmokers. He's very well.
Oh, he is the chain. He's like, we're out of money. This pandemic hit us hard, man. We saved none of it.
You got to take a college geography class. I guess I should, before we get into the last part of this, did you like the academic portion of school, or were you too busy getting your heart broken, man?
You know what? Heartbreak was actually a very little part. I was in every club, and I think in like small towns, I think like you just need to be a part of every club.
100%. Yeah, you just gotta. Yeah. My school was small enough where I had to go, like, they were like, yeah, you should run track, right? And I was like, no, I think I don't really want it. And they were like, you should run track, right? And I was like, because I'm running track. But I guess in a small town like that, you just have to do everything, huh?
Someone had to do it. Someone had to fill in. So I did everything. So I probably graduated high school with like a 3.2, I would imagine, 3 point something. Like, I worked my bestest. Like same with like college. I was probably a little bit better in college, but like, I was good at stuff. I just didn't give a shit about it. Like, and dude, it's crazy. I'll talk to my friends now and they're like, Matt, you were right about stuff in high school. And I wish that wasn't true. I would talk back to my teachers in just the most disrespectful ways. I would just say dude, I had this business teacher that I hated in high school. And I remember one time he said something, I can't even, I feel bad admitting this. He was like my
Matt, before you say this, the episode that came out right before you, the guest admitted to throwing fireballs at their business teacher. So whatever you're going to say, just know that it's fine. You're good.
Here's the thing. Yeah. Here's the thing. The fireball story, the business teacher, I feel like can be like, yeah, I had fireballs thrown at me. Rough day, huh? Yeah. I would say stuff that I would be like, I was like, I hope this makes you think about yourself for years to come.
Oh, no.
Yeah. An emotional burn is way worse.
Like, dude, he was my soccer coach, and I quit the soccer team, and I went into his office, and I quit in a very civil manner. And then he said something mean about my family, which I would not stand for in my small town.
You shouldn't have.
And so I turned around and I said, hey, coach, I get it. You had a kid when you were 18 and you couldn't make state for wrestling. You dropped out, worked at a grocery store for 10 years, and in your 30s decided to go back and become a teacher so you could relive your wrestling fantasies at a different high school. But they wouldn't hire you to do wrestling. And now you teach JV soccer in a small town an hour away, and you still drive back and watch every wrestling meet at Xavier High School. You pathetic shill of a man. And I was like, by the way, none of your kids respect you. And then I left him. And I never talked to him since. I hated him. Like, but I was like an 18-year-old that like knew that about him. Like it was just shit. Like he never, like I just pieced it together.
Yeah.
It was very mean, but I was furious. This is the meanest thing I've ever done to anyone, by the way.
We've had some fucked up stories on this podcast.
That's crazy.
That's fucked up.
And it's also crazy that after that
fireballs are pretty bad too. Fireballs are pretty bad too. Dude, I hated this man. This man like did me so dirty so many times. I was like, I'm done, dude. I'm out in a week. I'm going to West Virginia. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that you said that to him and then you heard a door slam and then a gunshot. That's awesome.
No, dude, this guy was so mean. He was always a jerk to me. And I was like I was like the Eagle Scout. Like I was the nicest kid ever. Didn't smoke, didn't drink in high school. Barely talked to a gal, did everything right, went to church. And it was just like the last week of my senior year, it was like, I'm not going to prank anyone or do anything dumb. I'm just going to tell them like what I've been thinking this whole time.
Yeah,
and I left on that note. And it was probably why I haven't visited my hometown since.
Well, he's probably got to the gas station now. And you're just like, I can't get a Snickers. He's gonna double leg take me down. And it's, man, and as someone who's going back to school to be a teacher in his 30s.
I'm so sorry.
No. Well, I can explain to you why I'm doing it. And I'm not going to end up in
fantasy.
No, it's definitely not that. It's the
so you can live vicariously through an 18-year-old to try to win state, despite the fact you couldn't even make districts because I looked that up. Oh, really? Really, coach?
You tried to make him commit suicide, man.
Oh, dude, yeah, dude, take that wrestling poster off the wall. It's disgusting, okay?
No, my thing's like I love doing comedy. I got burnt out on it. My dad was a mentor to a lot of people.
Yeah.
He passes away. I think, what's the best way to honor him? I'm going to start mentoring people. I get shit canned in the pandemic. There's an opportunity for me to do this. I feel like I can give back to my community. I can also do comedy and do all this shit while I can do it. It has nothing to do with living through any 18-year-olds. As a matter of fact, I wish the 18-year-olds nothing but the best. You live your life, I'll live mine. I wish you nothing but the best. I do whatever you want to do. I'm making the best way for myself.
No, this guy very had screwed me over so many times where I was just like, I'm just gonna leave and do something that'll make him think about his life.
How'd he screw you over? That's my question.
He dude. So I was always very passionate about business from a young age, and it's one of those things where he would come to class and he would
you got into the
most I was very proud of.
You got into the most lucrative field imaginable, stand-up comedy, of course, business.
Exactly. Well, no, but but like we'd pitch small businesses in class, and he wouldn't even listen to mine. Like I remember one time we were doing a presentation, he would like leave class and be like, "I'm just gonna give you a B. I don't care." I'd be like, "Dude, like I would put my heart and soul into this, like trying to impress this man." But also, like as a soccer coach, he was just a bad coach. Like he was just I was in so many activities, and that was like the one thing I cared about, and he was like so mean to me, and he wouldn't even like. I just didn't like this guy at all, and he didn't know anything about soccer because he had no soccer experience. He was just like the one guy, and they're like, "Who here desperately wants to be a coach?" And he was like, "I will coach soccer," and then he didn't even know like he'd be doing drills, and he'd be like, "What is this? You're just having us flip tires. That's a football thing, okay? No one's lowering their shoulder in soccer, okay?
Yeah.
Like you're just doing wrestling drills. Like we were like the best conditioned team. We would just run in sweatpants, and I'd be like, this has nothing to do with ball handling. Most of these kids can't even dribble a ball 10 feet. Like this is ridiculous, sir."
Listen, in Iowa is one of the most competitive soccer states. There's a lot of Mourinho's. There's a lot of Jurgen.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't.
They get after it. There's, you
We were the most physical soccer team you've ever seen, by the way.
Yeah. You guys were like, a Pep Guardiola side. You knew you were ticky-tacking it around there. You're getting guys in behind. You probably played like a 4-4-2? What are you guys running? 3-5-2? What are you doing?
We
4-3-3?
back. Yeah.
Okay. See, Ken hates soccer, so anytime we can talk actual soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember we would like lose games because like he'd do like such like nonsense. Like he'd be like, "Hey, only one defender back," and I'd be like, "Dude, we're up by 1 point. What are you doing?" Like I remember one time I got in a fight with him after the game, and I was like, "Coach," I remember no one liked me, so no one was on my side to begin with because I was just like,
yeah, because you tried to make the coach kill himself, Matt. That's why nobody likes.
Yeah.
Also,
but also
amazing how you're so fired up about this now. That's insane to me. Like I can't tell you the name of my JV wrestling coach who probably did all the same shit that you had to do, and I separated my shoulder, and it probably had something to do with the shit we had to do.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you his name for $1 million. You're so mad at this guy. Hilarious to me. But that's why you became a comedian, probably, you know?
I got out of soccer because I used to love soccer, and I was like, I hate this now. I can't even watch it anymore. I can still watch it. I just like don't care. Like I'm just like, I enjoyed it when I did it, but I could never get back into doing it again.
Well, let me tell you. It's
Mike, we get it.
I love it. Anyway, Matt, this has been a blast. What
a terrible ending. I'm so sorry.
No, it's not over. We still got some shit to do, baby.
Oh, thank God. Positive note.
Come on. No, we still gotta do the most important part. But before that, I like to do a nice little thing where I pump you up a bit. It's been a blast getting to know you. This has been a very fun conversation, and we really dug deep. You got pissed off. I think that's the most fired up anyone's ever been on the show, Ken?
For sure. Not even close.
Not even
close.
I destroyed this man's life, and I have even to this day, I feel no remorse for it.
Like, I want to go to Iowa where that guy lives and apologize for Matt. Like that is...
I'm gonna call him up after this and be like, "Hey man, and you're bald now," and I'm just gonna hang up.
That man's name was Dan Gable.
What
a great reference. Anyway, it's the point of the show where we do the quiz. Matt is playing for a charity called the Special K Ranch, which is a family-oriented camp for developmentally disabled children out in Montana. It's a great charity, and we're excited to give them a little dap here on the show. Awesome. Matt, we've talked about Iowa so much. So I called up my friends at Google And by called up my friends at Google, I mean I typed something into the search bar.
Yep.
We got a little Iowa quiz for you, baby. Are you ready?
Oh man, let's do it. The Special K Ranch. I want to get it right. Let's make it happen for him.
$5 a question. We're gonna do 5, so $25 is hanging in the balance for the good people at the Special K Ranch. How many boxes of Special K do you think you get with $25?
3, 4. If it's on the sale, maybe 5. Maybe 5.
Are you one of these crazy rich people that doesn't know how much cereal is?
I don't eat cereal. My mom never got it for us growing up. We only ate oatmeal growing up.
Oh, nice. It's cereal's like cereal's like $3.50 a box. Just
shit. My mom always told me it was too expensive, and that's why we never had good food.
Interesting.
I'm serious.
I get it. Well, in the long run, you came out on top because the fact, like, I've looked at like the ingredients panels on cereal. We should let kids eat crazy cereal. It's insane.
Like sugar.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We had that in the morning.
Yeah.
In the morning, we would eat a Fruity Pebble. Amazing.
We would have granola. We had granola. It was like, which is, by the way, the lamest thing I could have said, and I'm wholly aware of that. We ate granola.
Lame. It's nice.
Thank you. I'm glad. Ken was laughing a little bit, and it made me feel self-conscious.
No,
Ken, I'm about to pull a soccer coach on you, okay, Ken? Watch out. I'm about to destroy your whole life.
Yeah.
We didn't eat breakfast, man. I lived so far away from my school. We just like, mom was like, just get up in time so we're not fucking late, all right?
My mom would throw a pillowcase full of Crunch Berries at me and say, good luck. It's not a thing. You say that. All right. Here we go. Some Iowa.
I feel really good about this. Like,
I think
more than
gonna,
I should.
I think you're going to kill it. In what county? No, let's not do that one.
Let's do it.
What is? We'll start with easy, and then we'll ramp up just like you did with the Cupid Shuffle by Cupid. What is often said to be Iowa's most important crop?
Corn.
You're right. It's corn. $5.
Corn or cattle or hogs.
Iowa's the leading producer of corn, beef, and pork.
Thank you. Yeah. We're very proud of that. We
should be.
We have the best soil. We have the best soil in Iowa. It's just a fact.
It is 100% true.
And better than Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Better than Nebraska. Don't let Nebraskans will try to tell you otherwise. Iowa's the best corn.
Really? Okay. Would you in a corn taste test, would you put up Iowa corn against Nebraska corn?
Blindfolded with both hands on my back, I could still tell you Iowa corn different from Nebraska.
Wow. Amazing.
That's FFA right there. Didn't do it, but I just secondhand inherited it through my parents. I know that.
Did you go to Iowa or Iowa State? Where'd you go?
Iowa State Cyclones, baby.
Ames,
Iowa.
Fun town. Good town.
All right.
Not in our. I went to Michigan State, so not in our conference. Fine with Iowa State.
That's okay.
We had.
It's not as good as the Big 12. I get it. Big 10's a wannabe conference.
Whoa! I don't.
Whoa! Who won March Madness yesterday? Was it Baylor from the Big 12 conference? Which, by the way, Iowa only lost you by 5 points this year. State.
Man, the Big 10, we just beat the crap out of each other, and then as soon as we got into the tournament, everyone
that boy Loyola
ate a huge cauldron of shit.
Yeah, because your conference is garbage. It's easy to look good in a garbage conference. Same with football. Whatever. It's no big deal.
Let's talk about Pac-12, guys. Let's talk about Pac-12.
Big 10 football is terrible.
Great Pac-12 did.
I got no problem saying the Big 10. Big 10 football is as boring as it is unwatchable. It is.
It's just defense. It's just good defense and fundamentals. A lot of run games.
Not even. No, it's Ohio State killing everybody.
Yes.
That's all it is. It's just, hey, who's losing to Ohio State this week? Okay, it's not us. Fantastic.
Everybody looks at their schedule like, yes, we don't have Ohio State this week.
That's my beef with the Big 10 and the SEC. Well, SEC has a little bit more teams, but like as an Iowa State fan, I think the Big 12 conference is just overall like generally competitive, and they're always beating each other. but the Big Ten is like so top heavy. People are like the Big Ten's the best conference. And I'm like,
No, it's
no,
not.
they just have like one of the best, and that's it. No one comes near them every year. So of course they're always undefeated.
SEC is the best.
SEC is the
SEC is the best.
Yeah. But like Michigan hasn't been good in many years.
A decade.
No, because a decade ago, that was when I was in school and they were not making bowl games.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah. No, you'd have to go back to like
90s.
97
No,
was their
early-
national championship
Yeah, it
year.
was like early 2000. Yeah.
Yeah, but they went to a couple Rose Bowls in a row, but they were going to Rose Bowls because Ohio State was going to the national championship. Like, don't get it twisted. Most of Michigan's success is predicated on Ohio State having more success and the Big Ten being a money conference where they're going to get a bid to a major bowl game. University of Michigan has never been to the Big Ten championship game.
No way.
Never. And the Big Ten championship game started 2007 was the first season they had it. They've never been.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. We've been 3 times. How about that? How's that grab it?
Okay, right. Iowa State made its first ever conference championship game since 1912 this year. That's how bad Iowa State. My whole childhood, if you look at like their seasons, like for like 80-year span of time, Iowa State was like a 2 to 3 win team. Maybe like occasionally 4 or 5 win season would show up. Like that's just how bad Iowa State football is. But now they're like a 9-win team, and like it makes me so deeply happy. Like I'm ridiculously happy every time I see them win.
That coach they got out there, he's
Campbell.
He's a gamer. He's a good motivator.
He's never going to leave. He's going to stay forever. He's not going to go pro. He's not going to go to Michigan. He's going to stay at Iowa State and never leave. He's a loyal son, forever true.
All right, you keep smoking that crack pipe.
Ben, give me this, please. I used to cry watching them lose to the Hawkeyes as a kid. Give me my moment.
The Cy-Hawk Trophy, Ken. What do you know about the Cy-Hawk Trophy? You're over there trying to piss in your Apple cup. Get out of here.
All right.
Here's question number 2. What's Iowa State bird?
The goldfinch. No.
Yeah, it is.
No.
How do you get that? How do you get the state bird? Yeah, it's the goldfinch.
Oh, dude, it's because I care for the Special K charity. That's why. SpecialKRanch.org. Please support Montana charities. Please book me in Billings, Montana. I did a show there once and I really liked it.
Nice. That's amazing. I can't believe you got that right.
Yeah, of course I did.
Yeah, great. Seneca Wallace. That was a great Iowa State scrambling quarterback.
Yep. QB played for like the Seahawks and like 5 other teams.
He was like, I think he would like run down on the kickoffs to try and get a tackle in the pros. I think that's what they made him do.
Yeah. No, he was underutilized in the pros. He was like really good, and then his senior year came around. He was like up for the Heisman talk, and then he ate shit as they always do at Iowa State, as they do. He had like a 5-win season. We upset, I think it was OSU, Oklahoma State, and it was like Seneca Wallace.
North Brooks' team.
Yeah, we love him, and then he ended up being a false hope and eating shit in the NFL.
Who would be like Iowa State's biggest athlete that like who would it be? Like who's the guy? Like at Michigan State we have Magic. At Utah State they obviously have Jose Fuentes. Like who would be way to no sell that, Ken. Who's Iowa State's biggest guy?
I don't even know. I mean David Montgomery is the starting running back for the Chicago Bears. So we all love David Montgomery, and Allen Lazard is a wide receiver for the Packers. Basketball. We had so many good basketball. Monte Morris plays, I think, for the Denver Nuggets still, and George Niang, I think, also plays. I can't tell you, but George Niang and Monte Morris are 2 big basketball players that we all. I don't follow basketball well anymore, but when I was in school, those were like the guys.
Cale Sanderson was the big Iowa State
wrestler, right? He went undefeated all throughout his career. Yeah, no, I don't follow. I'm like one of the few Iowans that don't follow wrestling.
Why would it's weird? Like it's such a weird thing to follow, and like when it's on, because I wrestled through most of high school until I just kept getting injured because like here to here, my right arm is just garbage at this point. Like I have a fake wrist. I separated my shoulder twice. It sucks. But watching like collegiate amateur wrestling makes me so uncomfortable as a like from mid-20s on, because it's like, oh, these are naked strong men. But like pro wrestling I love, but for whatever reason when they're wrestling for real I don't like it.
I get it. No, dude, well, there's this Iowa State. We were really good at wrestling, and then we were like not so great. But David Carr, an Iowa State guy, won the NCAA championship this year. And
Mr. Carr.
Fun fact about me and David Carr is I was the president of the Iowa State Stand-Up Comedy Club for a while, and he once went to one of our meetings. He showed up and he was like, "Yo, my dad doesn't think I can be a comedian." He's like, "I want to be a comedian. Like, I made my dad happy with wrestling, but like this one thing he doubts me. He's like, I'm gonna prove him wrong, be a comedian." And he was like running by his jokes, and like none of which were like particularly good. Like it was all like pretty hack stuff. And like I didn't know who he was. I just knew that he was wearing sweatpants and had them tucked into his socks. So I was like, wrestler. And
did he have the wrestler walk?
Oh yeah,
But
and
they all
everything.
kind of walk. I don't know if you guys can see this, but they all kind of walk like hunched over like this.
Yeah, because they're drained, because they have to be constantly cutting weight. They have like a 1% body fat. They're just muscle and they can't retain carbs to have energy, so they're just like frail until they go on and do steroids before they fight. No, so I mean, had it not been in season, I think he would have been much funnier. But David Carr, he's the behind me probably the most athletic guy to ever be in the stand-up comedy club at Iowa State.
Good for you.
Very proud of David. I'm sure he knows me by name. If you remember that time we went to stand-up comedy club?
Subscribes to the podcast. He loves it.
Well, David, shout out to you. Remember me, your day one fan, and when you do your special like Pat McAfee, just hit me up to open for you.
Hey, come on. Gronk also had a special.
Oh, dear Lord. Blake Griffin's isn't that bad.
Well, Blake, we can get into this later.
He respects it. Anyway.
We got to get back to the quiz, baby.
I have a quiz. I'm sorry,
Blake,
I'm 2 for 2.
But Blake does. Like, Blake.
He does JFL.
Oh, I know.
Year, yeah.
Oh, I know.
Classes and stuff. He cares. Anyway, who is the only president born in Iowa, Matt?
Oh, Herbert Hoover, you silly boy. In West Branch, Iowa, born and raised. Actually, he wasn't raised there. He moved out when he was 3 years old. His parents sent him to New York City with 15 cents in his pocket. They were sewn in, so he couldn't use it unless he absolutely needed to. Herbert Hoover was during the Great Depression. He started the Great Depression. That's what he did. He started the Great Depression, the Dust Bowl, the worst part of American history. He was a rugged individualist. What about Herbert Hoover? You think you can get that one by me? You think you can get that one by me? You think you know Herbert Hoover? You don't know shit, man.
I don't. Well, the thing about Herbert Hoover, he was just president when the Depression happened. He didn't start it. He inherited
No, dude, it's all on him, bro.
Come on.
Just pulled a high school soccer coach on him, okay?
Let's not talk.
Mess that man's life up.
Let's not talk stupid about the Depression, all right? We're not here to spread false
No,
information.
dude. Herbie's a good guy. Herbie's a good guy. His heart was in the right place, okay?
If you want to point the finger at one president, probably Warren G. Harding. That's where I put my money on. But that's easy.
Well,
there. Here's another one.
I love Herbie.
Which town was home to a World War II German prisoner of war camp? Which town in Iowa was home to a World War II German POW camp?
Say it again.
Which town in Iowa was home to a World War II German POW camp?
Do I get one guess? Mason City.
No. Algona. Do you know Algona?
Algona's like a small place. My mom grew up next to Algona. Like that's like a small town. I was gonna guess Cherokee.
Is your mom a Nazi?
What if the whole time she was?
Well, time for me to get out of here. Okay.
They've discovered me.
Hey, you know what? My mom's maiden name is actually Miss Frankfurt. That's my middle name is actually Matt Franz de Frankfurt Banwart. So I no comment, I guess.
Dang, dude. I thought you were gonna get 5 for 5. I was like, this is
I thought you were too. I thought you were too.
Oh, Algona, come on.
All right. Okay. Is this the last one then, Kenny?
This is the last one.
All right. What Broadway musical was set in Iowa?
F is for fun, and fun is bad, and he plays pool, and he hates fun. I don't know the name. I know what it is. Like it's like the something man, right? It's the something man. The no. He has this song, and he's like, pool halls are bad. Pool halls are sin. In River City, Iowa, which isn't a real city, but it's like vaguely Dubuque, right? And it's how do I not know the name? I'm about to sing the entire musical. I can't know the name. Don't know. The Music Man. I don't know.
Music Man, famously Gary, Indiana. That's the opening song of the Music Man.
Yeah, I know. It's
Gary, Indiana.
I can't think of the name.
It's called State Fair.
Oh, I was wrong completely. Okay. I was not even close.
State Fair.
Wow.
You ended up saying one that's definitely not the other one you were talking about. So you're good.
I for sure. I was thinking of another one. I am very dumb.
You're great, Matt.
No, you know what? Honestly, what it is I just feel bad for the programming at Special K Ranch in Montana. And
But guess what? Here's the thing, though. We're still giving them the full 25. They're still getting the full Monty.
Oh my gosh, Michael, keep your savior. The kids, thank you so much.
It would be so fucked up if we didn't give them all the money. They're getting the full 25.
I was like, I will give you the extra $10. Just send it.
No, they're getting the full 20. Come on, they're getting the full 25.
Okay. They're good kids. Not like the kids from Algona, okay? They're good kids.
They're great kids. We love them. We love them dearly. Matt, now would be the time to tell the people who enjoyed you on this podcast where to find you if they wish to find you. And if you wish to be found.
I wish to be found. At Matt, MattBanwart on TikTok and Twitter. As of right now, I got kicked off Instagram, or my account was hacked. To be determined what happened there. My Instagram no longer exists. We don't know what's happening.
What?
But my Instagram comes back. It's Matt at Matt_Banwart. I probably got too many community guideline violations for being too edgy.
Mine just went away one day. So
really?
And I got hacked. So you probably got hacked.
Well, I probably got in trouble for commenting on my high school soccer coach's Instagram posts all the time. By the way.
Bummer that you're still alive, Sid. You can't say that.
Dude, by the way, this is like so random. I'm friends with him on Facebook because I hate my life. And he was like commenting on girls in the grade underneath me. Like they're 23, 22 now.
Yeah.
And he was like commenting on their sexy like beach posts.
Oh no.
He was like commenting on like past. He's like, hey, how you doing? And I was like, people can see that, dude. So you know what? Maybe he's a little bit weird. Maybe that justifies my terrible behavior. You know what I mean?
I think you're good to go, man.
If you point out one person's flaw, it totally makes up for all of your flaws, I think is the way it works.
That is how, that is how the world works these days. It's interesting you bring that up. All right. And Ken, hit him with it. You say it every time, but when you say it, it makes me so happy to hear the name of your dang website, buddy.
Say it, baby.
Got some dates coming up. March 16th, we'll be in Indiana at the Market Lounge, and then we got some other dates.
March 16th, you're going back in time, hey?
April 16th. I don't know. I've been drinking, y'all. I can go back in time when I drink. And then the 26th, I believe, I'll be at the Lincoln Lodge for Matt's show, Sticks and Stones. I want to say it's the 26th, maybe it's the 23rd. It's sometime in. You know what? I'll skip all the dates. Go to my website. You can see all the dates there. bigblackschlongs.com. There it is.
There it is. I actually wrote them down this time. Here we go. Hey, guys, I have some fun shows coming up. April 29th, I'm at the G-Man Tavern in Chicago, Illinois. I'm also at Lakeview Laughs in Chicago. I would prefer if you went to the G-Man show because it's basically a benefit for the staff at G-Man, and I love the staff at G-Man very much. Some of them are probably listening now. If they are, how's it going, Borth? How's it going, Tony? How's it going, Katie? How's it going, Rory? How's it going, Aaron? The next night, April 30th, Lamont, Illinois. May 1st, Don't Tell Comedy, Chicago, Illinois. May 2nd, Laugh Factory, Chicago, Illinois. May 11th. The link to tickets is in the description. Best Night Ever's back at the Lincoln Lodge, Chicago, Illinois. May 14th and 15th, the Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase, Ann Arbor, Michigan. Hitting the road. If you'd like to go to the Detroit Tigers versus Kansas City Royal game with me on May 13th, let me know.
I'd love to.
Sounds great. Matt's coming with. Can't get you a spot. Can't get you a spot on the show, but if you want to come watch baseball with me in a
for sure. Yeah.
It's going to be a good time. And then May 16th, Lincoln Lodge, Joe Medoff's fucking thing. And then June 11th and 12th, Laughing Tap, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Ken's opening. I'm closing. And then afterwards, a couple of fellas who have hung up their Spurs are going to take those Spurs off the shelf, and they're going to have a nice night on the town. We're going to go all over Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're going to go to places you didn't even know existed in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go to that place where they have all the little tiny bottles. Little tiny bottles, and then they put them in. It's boozier than a regular drink. We're going to go to the Hofbrau House. We're going to go to that place where you walk in and you tell them what kind of drinks you like, and they just make you a drink. And then you go, oh, this is delicious. That got me really hammered. And they go, well, that'll be $27. And you go, I'm only going to have one.
Like, no more. Thank you.
That place is great, though. I don't think it's we're not going to go there after the shows because then we'll die. But we'll talk about it. Anyway, we'll see you in Milwaukee and we'll see you at all the other shows. This has been fantastic. Matt, what a joy. What a pleasure. This was very fun. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Go check out Matt when you can.
MattBanwart.com.
What's up?
MattBanwart.com.
MattBanwart.com. My name is Mike O'Keefe. For Ken, for Matt. I still have a crush on Danny Fernandez. And until next time, ass dismissed.